Hi-ho everyone, my name's Mr. Fruit, and welcome back to this episode of GG Over Easy, where we'll be talking about, well, a lot of video games. New ones coming up. We're going to be rating them on a scale 1 to 10, how excited we are. Different games going to different consoles. A lot about video games. So, with that said, let's get into it. Gonna have the little
Oh, also, Blue, thank you for joining us. I see you over there. It's nice to have you again. We almost forgot to put you up, and then I was like, "Wait, we need to put Blue up."
We got Rob here. Great to see you.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Blue here. Great to see and hear you.
How's it going?
Love you. Much love.
I'll do what I can.
I don't
Touching you.
Yeah, I don't want to fall.
Very regal. Yeah, we're gonna have to sue him. With this podcast, rated 5 stars on Apple Podcasts.
5.
You can find it there as well as everywhere else you probably listen to your podcasts. So you should do that if you're watching this on YouTube or even on one of your, I guess
I'm looking at you right now. You're like, wait, should I leave a review right now? Yeah, I'm looking at you, Frank.
Yeah, in fact, Shadow Swarm did. He said Epic Gamer Podcast. 5 stars. Wrong. If you're on the fence, listen to this one. These guys are fantastic on YouTube and just as good in audio form. Oh, thank you. Thanks. Shadow Swarm. We got tons of reviews here. We do appreciate it. You're all beautiful. We love you.
Thank you guys. We appreciate the support. Thank you guys for really listening and hanging out.
Yeah, we do. We are happy to ramble for you all. We will have some sponsors coming up in this episode. But let's go ahead and get started with video games.
Can't wait, dude. I mean, this is like the best time. This is the best time for video games, like right now. And that's why I'm so excited that my birthday always kind of fell around this time, because I know I'm getting at least 3 games, baby. With that birthday money, I'm getting 2 at least. If grandma hooks it.
Halo Reach, my birthday.
Unfortunately. I was like, is that a good story or a bad story?
Are you I'm sorry. I mean, that's rough.
It was exciting at the time.
Oh, wait, real quick.
Did you know that Halo would just turn into the shell of what it's become?
That was where it started too. Okay, real quick, we're gonna already get off sidetrack. What was your first midnight release of a video game? Do you remember? I can tell mine. I mean, I didn't go, but my mom went for me because I was at my friend Tyler's birthday party. It was Halo 2. Wow.
My mom would never do that.
My mom was a great mom. Well, it came out November-ish, and it was October, so it was my birthday gift. I was like, Mom, please, go do this for me. And she did. What a mom.
Halo Reach was probably around there.
Okay. For
my first. I'm trying to think. I think there was something before
Unless mom or dad were there, I'm sure you weren't probably allowed out the house by midnight.
You better be back by. Yeah, no, I think my mom probably had to drop me off because at the time I didn't have I wasn't 16 or no. Yeah, she had to be there because I couldn't buy the game. I wasn't 17.
This is my mom.
Yeah, so she had to come and be like, hey, whatever.
My mom.
I do remember though, the first M-rated game I bought by myself though was I think it actually came out too on my 17th birthday, whatever. Gears 3.
Oh.
Went to GameStop. Bop. He's like, let me see your ID. I'm like, bop.
Man, sorry about that one too.
Gears 3 was fun.
Gears 3's not bad.
That was
fun. It's fun.
The PvP was good.
No.
It wasn't bad.
Stirring the pot.
No, it's not that good.
What about you, Blue? What was your have you been to midnight releases? I'm sure you have.
It was Modern Warfare 2. That's the only one I ever went to.
That's the only one. That's a great one, though.
Yeah.
That's a great one. I got late on the Modern Warfare 2 train because I was too busy playing Halo 3.
We were too busy being real gamers.
And then at school, everyone's like, dude, you don't play Modern Warfare? I was like, I'm a general.
Too busy playing the other franchise.
Well, it really was at the time. It was
you picked one
Halo
or the other.
Or Call of Duty.
Yeah. And then you know what's so weird? With Halo esports, when I saw the Call of Duty esports, I was like, what a bunch of losers, bro. Are you kidding me?
Here we are.
I know, bro. And then Call of Duty franchises now are doing cities like it's Overwatch League, bro, and you'll be lucky to see a Halo tournament with 5 people.
My Uncle Joe's hosting the World Championships in his backyard in the middle of
They can't
Timbuktu.
even fill the World Championship Halo rosters, dude. They're just asking, yo, have you played? You know how to use controller?
Anyone? Well, you have a chance of money.
Anyone?
But really, yeah, they're sitting there please.
All right, so let's get into the games. So the first game I put up is probably the one I think everybody's most hyped about and definitely has the most kind of hype behind it is probably Borderlands 3.
Well, probably 2 because that one just the closest.
Oh yeah, I mean, when does it come out from? I mean, so this is coming out Sunday.
As of this podcast, 5 days?
Yeah, so it's coming out next week, basically.
Next Friday, I
I'm so
believe.
excited.
Yeah, Blue, are we grinding or what, kid? Like, are we about to just be losing our lives to it?
That question?
Yeah,
You're gonna ask the grinder himself?
The grinder.
I mean, I'm gonna go pretty hard.
Is Borderlands what you got into, Blue? Like, what got you into like the genre of like a looter shooter?
Well, if it wasn't for Borderlands, I probably wouldn't have played Destiny. But in all honesty,
I mean, you're right.
Then I would have never met him.
Like,
I don't want to think about
hard facts. Borderlands 2 was the first one I played, and then I played Borderlands 1 later on. But 2 is so good, and it got me addicted to like that loot grind that when Destiny came out, we didn't have an next gen looter, and this was the first one. I was like, well, of course I'm gonna buy Destiny because I want that same like dopamine rush from getting cool loot. So if it wasn't for Borderlands, I wouldn't be playing Destiny, which is why I'm so hyped for Borderlands 3.
I mean, I could probably throw myself in that category too. I mean, with Borderlands, I remember when my boy Ryan rolled up and was like, dude, have you heard of this game called Borderlands? Yeah, and at this point, it had already probably been out like 3 or 4 months because I was kind of late on that train too. And it was sick.
It was so sick.
I mean, how long has it been since Borderlands 2 to Borderlands 3?
That was 09.
09? God, sorry, audio listeners.
Sorry,
I just whacked my the microphone with my water bottle. My bad.
But
so one was 09, right?
Yeah. And I think 2 was 2012.
2 was 2012.
And now it's 7 years later. Yeah. Which, okay, so I'm gonna go out on a little bit of a limb here, maybe a bit of a hot take here. But Borderlands 3 didn't wow me as much as a 7-year-old game in development should have been.
Well, I mean, it hasn't been 7 years in development. I'm sure there was like...
but this is the same dev team that gave you Battleborn, rest in peace.
Oh, man, I know. I miss it.
So it wasn't like their entire dev cycle I know that, like, 2.
I know, but within those 7 years, you would have thought they would found a new way to add something big for an end game. Like, maybe they're hiding something in game. I doubt it. I feel like they would have revealed that.
Oh, what? No, don't reveal that. Well, I would like to think they
But
don't.
I mean, did you play through Borderlands 2's endgame? Like, did you go that deep in Borderlands 2?
Yeah, I did.
Because it's the same
every character.
Destiny. Okay, because I mean, realistically, I mean, I don't know how far they've expanded the end game as far as activities go.
I mean, the Borderlands end game is basically just kind of fighting the same kind of bosses that they scale up to your level as well, right? And then you can just try and get...
It's very like classic end game where you go through
their specific loot.
Yeah, they're like loot table essentially,
and just like tiers of difficulty get harder and harder.
Yeah, and then like when you even like get that gun, and then like the perks on it can have tiers as well. So it's like you're also like hunting for the perfect perks on it too, or like the best kind of percentage roll. So that's like all it is basically, right? Is just kind of doing that. There's no like missions or something. You just basically farm a boss.
Well, I mean, there's like bosses and stuff that you can't get if you didn't do like a different tier or stuff like that, which is a big part of Borderlands. But Gearbox doesn't like. If I got Borderlands 2's endgame today from a looter shooter, I'd be pretty disappointed. But
so you need something more than what it was.
Well, yeah, because with Destiny and everything, you have this big end game with a lot of activities, a bunch of raids, like 6
what
player
game are you playing, bro? What?
Well, I mean, it's miles better than. I mean, Borderlands in the same.
Okay,
if you compare it, then Borderlands wouldn't even have an end game.
Okay, sure. But like, it's not that expansive or like crazy. I think like Borderlands.
I mean, now it is.
Yeah,
if you're a new player coming to Destiny 2, it's a pretty huge game.
Like I was expecting them to be like, yo, in game, like there's an actual raid, like something like that. Especially since it's co-op, you would think.
And that's why I have a lot of faith in Gearbox because I mean, honestly, they already showed off a couple of things to do, which are just activities in general. For the end game, which they have this horde mode that looks super sick.
I do like horde modes.
You are a sucker for horde modes.
Something about it, dude.
But the thing about Gearbox is they're gonna make their own lane. They're not gonna put like 6-player raids or like pseudo horde modes for like the 80th time. Bungie.
I wish.
But I'm sure Gearbox has their own stuff in their sleeve. Quite honestly, even I could probably still go back to Borderlands 2 and still have fun because like replaying through the difficulty modes because Borderlands has always had just fundamentally it's a lot more fun to play through the stories and bosses of Borderlands than it is to play through Destiny's, quite honestly.
Oh yeah. 100%.
But if that was the only like reason to replay, then at this point in time, this late in the game, then yeah, I probably would get pretty bored pretty fast.
Yeah. So I think the game is going to be more Borderlands 2, just more Borderlands 2, which isn't a bad thing, and that'll be fun. But so far, I haven't seen anything that deviates from that same formula. Like Blue's saying,
oh my God,
it'll still be fun. We'll go through it. For me, too, the fun thing about Borderlands 2 was more so going back through with different characters and getting to do all the different classes. So I'll still do that. That'll be the fun part. But I'm hoping there's still going to be something else to shoot for. Or, grind.
Besides, like, just difficulty modes.
Yeah, well, something I could totally see Borderlands 3 having is, like, a dungeon kind of system. Like, instead of just, like, going to a boss and, like, walking in front of him, like, you go through, like, a dungeon or something like that.
No doubt.
And that has to be it, because I'm with you guys. If it's just kind of the same thing where you just play for just kind of having the best kind of gun, then that's
it worked 7 years ago. That's what I'm saying. It's like looter shooters as we know it have expanded. I know Borderlands is a different formula and stuff, but you would think they would have taken something else, especially because they like to focus on the whole co-op thing. You'd think they would have pushed some new activity or some new way to play with everybody.
Yeah.
That would, enhance gameplay rather than
and we don't know that they haven't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They haven't said it, but I'm cautious to think that they wouldn't use that as a selling point.
As like some way to buy it, like for sure.
Well,
especially
that's why I have a lot of faith in Gearbox, because the card on the table they put down is, well, we have like an actual huge open world, right? Which is already
Borderlands isn't it worlds? Like, don't you like go into space worlds. And all that
Borderlands
kind of thing?
2, if you look at Borderlands 2, it's still bigger on a scale of like mission areas and just places to patrol than Destiny, right? So the whole big sale is already, our already big world to explore is even bigger. So, and then obviously the story is going to be, it's Gearbox story. It's going to be cheesy and campy and
I like their campy
dope
humor.
And awesome.
Yeah, they're awesome.
So I feel like the cards on the table of marketing is, do you want more Borderlands? Well, here's some more Borderlands. And if they do have more like cool activities for you to do, that would be just something that you can kind of find in the game, because Gearbox is pretty traditional as far as like marketing a game.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I thought I was really hyped for Borderlands, but you guys have kind of brought me down to reality. Saying
I am so hyped for it.
I'm still
hyped. Because as much as Fruit says, it would be disappointing if that's all there was. I would still get plenty more than $60 worth out of that game if it really was was all it was. Because Borderlands just does everything so well. The guns are so fucking creative.
Well, when we went to the event, it was cool.
It was cool.
But like,
it was.
Yeah, well, that's the problem.
I knew exactly what I was getting.
That's cool.
It was Borderlands.
I knew exactly what I was like. The demo we played exactly like Borderlands.
Dope.
It was fun.
So
it was fun. I had fun. Like, don't get me wrong, I had fun. Yeah. But it was Borderlands 2. Like, it didn't feel like Borderlands 3.
But you can fly.
Good shit. What do you mean?
I don't know if I slid.
Get him out. Boot him from the podcast. Anyway, the point is.
Well, that was the whole joke when they revealed. Like, the thing people got most excited about is a slide mechanic in a 2019 game. They're like, you can slide, and people are like, woo!
All right, boomer, calm down. I don't get that criticism. Let people be hyped for cool stuff. I mean, it's like, you gotta understand, with people with Borderlands, it's like this. It's literally been 7 years since the last one. So seeing, and there's so much.
I mean,
there's so much like
2.
doubt of devs now. Like when it comes to like delivering. Like people were like, man, like what if it's legit just Borderlands 2 and it's like they don't make any quality of life changes. So for me, I was excited because it's like, damn, okay, so this is actually Borderlands in 2019 game. Well, because I feel like I'm so jaded by getting disappointed that I was like, damn, what if this sucks?
A lot. All right, so if I'm gonna put, so we'll end Borderlands 3 there. I think.
Wait. Well, let me add one thing. I don't mean to bash specifically on Borderlands with like the whole sliding thing. Like I remember at the Destiny 2 reveal, they're like, you now have a mini map and you show up on it. And people are like, yes. And like, that was like, okay, this is like, you have like quest trackers. Like, we should have had
that a long time ago.
There's just quality of life stuff that anyone will like, especially if you're excited for the series. People go,
whoop, whoop. Yeah,
I just wanted to.
All right, so on my scale of hype, we'll have like 1 for me being like Curse of Osiris. All right, that's my 1. 10 being like
1.
Okay, Kingdom Hearts 3 wasn't that great of a game, but
were
the hype for it was a 10. All right, Borderlands 3, I did have at a 10, but then when you guys like broke it down and like just kind of said it's Borderlands and maybe the end game may not be there, I'm gonna go at a 9. I'm at a 9. I'm pretty hyped for it. I mean, 7 years. I am a Borderlands 3. I'm not an avid Borderlands fan, but I mean, I've been waiting for it. So
we'll notice that we're also leaving out Borderlands the pre-sequel. We're not even.
Yeah, see, but like,
as far as I'm aware, it's been 7 years.
Yeah, but I mean, that wasn't really. Yeah, but I mean, that wasn't Gearbox, so it's like.
Yeah, it was Australia Gearbox, and like, that's what I'm saying. Like, some people are like, well, we had pre-sequel.
That's a spin-off.
Yeah. All right, Blue. What's your score from 1 to 10?
I'm gonna put that at a 9 for me.
9, nice.
It's not a 10 because it's. I mean, like what Fruit said, it's like 2019. Like there's all this. There's been so many things that have changed in the genre. And so it's a 9 because even if it isn't like as expansive and like all these activities to do in the end game, I'm still Borderlands. Like I'm
still gonna have a blast.
Yeah,
the time I spend in it is going to be of significantly higher quality than I've gotten in Destiny.
You don't need to explain a 9. 9's a great score. Like, we're over here trying to explain why it's not a 10. We're like, hey, come on. Like,
Borderlands might only be like a 500-hour game for me, right? But it's like those 500 hours will be a lot more significant than like the 1500 I've put in Destiny. No shade.
I'm gonna rank it because we have some upcoming games, and I'm gonna give each one like. The one out of the list I'm most hyped for is going to be 10.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try and roughly think where Borderlands falls in
that kind of
sequence.
Oh, okay. Right. See, I'm just going like.
So I would say
they can have the same score on my scale.
This would be 7 out of 10.
A 7?
Because I
C
think
tier. That's what you're saying right there with a 7.
Well, okay,
you gotta think you're saying C tier, bro.
But
That's
saying
70%.
I'm saying that because out of this list, I think there are 3 games above it I'm more excited for. Okay. So that's just what I'm saying. There's an 8, 9, and a 10.
So you're scaling it.
Yeah.
That. Okay. I see what you're saying.
I'm still super
I'll probably
hyped
go that
for
same route.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's like a C tier game. I'm hyped for it, but there are more games closer.
I already know what my 10 is. So.
Yeah, me too. So that's why
I kind of forgot what the list is because it's a long list.
So with that, let's move that. We got a big old list. We can just start chugging through it.
What do we got next?
We got the one, the only, you never thought you'd see it. 2019, we got Banjo Kazooie in Smash.
But we didn't just get Banjo. We got We basically got a sand skin for.
Everyone was more excited about that than any other announcement. The sand skin.
What's
Sands?
From Sand?
Sans. S-A-N-S.
Oh, I've never played Undertale. So that's like the skeleton guy?
Yeah. That's a skeleton guy you see all the time.
Flip out
anywhere.
An outfit and people are freaking out about it?
I mean, to be fair, it's a pretty solid outfit.
I mean,
what is going on with gaming, dude?
But if they brought a Goku outfit, I'd be hyped.
Well, it was funny because people were like, "Oh, dude, Banjo's launching tonight," and then they revealed the new
Banjo.
They revealed Terry, who's from
Terry.
Fatal. What was it? Fatal
Fury. Yeah.
Fatal Fury, and people were like, "Oh, that's cool." But the most hype people were for a Mii Gunner skin.
So dumb,
Mii Gunner outfit, sans Undertale.
Whatever. If you're a big Undertale fan, congratulations.
Terry is just Ken with a hat.
Yeah,
what everyone's saying.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
I mean,
what game console was that too? The trailer was cool. Like I liked how they were all trying to go for it and stuff.
Neo Genesis, cool. I think.
Yeah,
but it was like back early '90s. It was a huge fighting game.
Yeah,
it did have a lot of
it was huge.
importance. But
one thing I wanted to bring up with Ultimate, and I'm interested to see what you think about it, Blue, because you can kind of see it on the list if you have it in front of you. Do you think we have seen the peak of Ultimate? You know, it's almost been out a year now. Like,
no, we definitely haven't.
So you definitely think it's still going to be going up, even though this fighter pass isn't Terry almost the last fighter to be announced?
No, so that's the other thing they announced is Sakurai pretty much said, just because this fighter pass is ending, we're actually working on more characters.
Pog.
That's why they named it Fighter Pass 1, because it is literally
they're getting us ready for Goku.
Fighter Pass 1. So I'm assuming we're probably gonna get 5 more characters next year.
Okay. When is the next time you think we see a Smash? Like a new Smash title?
Probably. I don't think Switch will ever get another one. So
whenever like the Nintendo makes their new console?
Yeah. So the thing is,
I don't think it's gonna be anytime soon.
5 or 6 years.
So the thing is, this is supposed to be Sakurai's last Smash.
Yeah, but I feel like it's always something like that.
But he's been making it. It seems like from the Switch or from the Direct last night, he made it very clear that if this is going to be his last Smash, he wants to just put as much as make it as big as he possibly can.
Yeah.
So he pretty much said, I'm going to be working on this as much as I can. So I don't think we're getting... I think this is the last Smash we're getting for a very long time.
Well, I don't think Smash will be done. Even if Sakurai's done, they'll get someone else to do it.
Yeah.
No way Nintendo's
exactly.
like, oh, we lost Sakurai. Let's give up on this
100%.
franchise.
Yeah.
Sorry, Smash.
Which is exactly why I
this
think...
is our swan song.
If we do get another Smash, it's not going to be for a while. I would say this is... Because how long was it from Melee to Brawl?
Only 3 years, I think.
Yeah.
Or wait, no. Sorry. Wait,
no.
no. Melee was what, 01?
God.
Brawl was
Smash
08.
Brawl was like... Yeah.
Or 07 or 08.
I can look.
No, Brawl was 06, wasn't it?
Oh, what? Yeah, I think you're right. 06. And then Wii U was... I don't even know because I didn't...
Wii U was...
2011?
Oh, no. Brawl. So Brawl was 2008, yeah.
Okay,
No.
so we have Ultimate came out in 2018.
Right.
We had Super Smash Bros. For Wii U 2014.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sooner than I thought.
Super Smash Bros. Brawl 2008.
Yeah.
Melee was 2001, and then Smash Bros. OG was 99.
Well, if I'm doing the math, it was 7 years from Melee to Brawl.
Yep.
And then six from Brawl to Melee.
And then
for Brawl to Wii
4.
U.
So now we're like
getting
3
one
or
next
2.
year, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so this is the difference because in the age of DLC, 100%,
You don't really need to.
you don't really need to have another installment. Like this game will last long enough. It's already
Some games you do. This kind of game you don't. You can just upgrade it.
I mean, and there's no really reason to make a new one if this one continues to draw numbers because this is. I think this is with that like not even close. Ultimate's going to be the most popular Smash title. As much as people love Melee, as far as monetary wise,
For sure.
they're 100% going to make far more money on Ultimate than they ever have.
Well,
in
yeah,
any other Smash
monetary
game.
wise, but I think among the fans and the culture of Melee, I think there will still be people who claim to like
Ultimate
Melee
will probably
more.
still be bigger though,
Like,
as
I
far
think-
as like reach.
Yeah.
The Melee community will always be Melee. It doesn't matter. They could make
Melee's
HD
like a
Melee
bubble.
and they'd still be like, no.
Yeah, Melee's a bubble that you don't touch, and I'm fine with that because I would rather not smell bad.
I mean, the reason too is like nowadays Melee, Nintendo doesn't make anything from that. They don't sell GameCubes anymore. They don't sell Melee or anything like that. They don't make any profit.
Yeah.
So for that, it's nothing. But Ultimate's still making them plenty of money.
All right, so let's put Melee on the scale of your guys' hype. Let's throw the Terry in there and the Fighter Pass 2 and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I don't even know how to be hyped because
I don't.
all the people on this Fighter Pass, I'm like, what?
Well, like this Fighter Pass that came out?
none of them I
It's
saw
the
coming.
wildest pass, 100%.
So,
we
like,
got Joker.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I mean,
So
just Joker and Banjo alone is like.
So I don't even know
Insane.
what to expect.
Ooh, real quick. Okay, if you could have anybody in Smash, who is it? Your number one.
You know who Fruits is.
I would be Goku.
Yours would be Goku. Okay, mine is Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Like any kind of Kingdom Hearts, maybe even Mickey, bro. Mickey would be lit. That would be sick. But not the Mickey voice actor that was in Kingdom Hearts.
Now
3.
you got Daddy Disney.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
Sora would be sick. Riku, like Kairi, any of those kind of like Kingdom Hearts characters would be my pick. Maybe do like a hero thing when you change the skin, it changes like the character, but maybe that'd be
That'd be dope.
hard. Yeah, that'd be very sick. What about you, Blue? Any fighter?
I don't have like honestly, mine's pretty lame. I would just want Napoleon, but that's a fever dream. It'll never happen.
That's probably more realistic than Goku, especially since he pretty much said
actually
it's
probably
never
true,
going to
yeah.
happen.
Who?
Yeah.
Napoleon,
the penguin. I don't really want any other characters.
Come on.
I'm honestly because all the characters that I
That's
would
never
want,
coming.
Goku would have been my number one, but I know that's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like
What?
just
Why
because
not?
He said he's only doing stuff
Bandai-
that started from video games.
What do you,
Yeah.
What does that even? Oh,
Like characters that started in video games, not in manga or TV shows or anything like that.
Sakurai came out and said that.
Yeah.
That's
well,
kinda-
one he
I
said that, and then
respect
two, Bandai is very
Oh, yeah. I mean,
very possessive, so it's a double whammy of no.
but if they can get Square Enix to get Cloud, I mean, maybe. I'm saying, there's hope.
Maybe Sakurai.
Yeah, but Square Enix has always had a working relationship with Nintendo, so
Whatever, boom. All right, Goku's coming to Smash. Not
I'm
important.
sorry.
Okay.
Okay, that'd be dope.
6,
But
like
Yeah.
that's mine. Like just kind of. I mean, I like Smash. I'm not super into it like Blue or really good at it. I'm a casual Smasher. I think I'm better than the normal casual player.
Right.
It goes casual, Rob, people who are good, and that's we're cool with
We're
that.
just somewhere in
Yeah,
there.
well, I'm somewhere
And
in
you-
that mix.
and you know what's good is this sponsor.
Oh, wow, Blue.
Great job. Let's hear from them.
And we're back. Whoa, that's crazy.
Ooh, wow. And we also realized we on our list have 19 more games.
And we talked about 2.
Yeah.
And we got through
and
2.
one's been out for almost a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we should probably...
We're doing fantastic, honestly.
Well, there's stuff at the end that have more topics to discuss.
So we don't have to go
So we can kind of rapid fire some of this, talk briefly about it, rate them. So Smash, I wouldn't even know where to put. It'd be pretty low. Like, I love Smash and I love playing a new character.
Yeah.
The problem is I get on and then I realize I suck. And I'm like, oh, right, this is why I don't play Smash. And
you tried for a long time.
I tried, and then no one watched the videos. So I was like, I can't invest this much time anyway.
What about you, Blue?
I don't know how to rate it. I mean, Smash is like just a part of my cycle.
It's like a 7. So like anything you see Smash, you get like hyped for like a 7.
I'd say it. I don't know. I can't really rate the.
Yeah.
I
literally get more excited because I just think, oh, this is someone new to watch in competitive. Like, I just hope they're viable. Yeah. So I can watch them in competitive. That's really it.
Yeah, I see that. Rather than like playing them, just kind of see how it mixes the pot.
Like, see if it's someone will play.
I mean,
what's next on there?
I can't really rate it. I mean, if like the last fighter pass was just like Goku, I'd flip out. That'd be a 10. Easy.
That'd be a 10.
Yeah, that would.
We automatically change the 10 if Goku's announced.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so next up, well, I want to talk about this. Rob kept like being like, oh, like what?
What?
Plants vs Zombies.
Yeah, dude, I don't get that either.
What am I, 6?
Okay, you might be sleeping on it, but it's dope.
We played it like what, 4 or 5 years ago? Like early Mr. I don't even know if
3.5 years ago, I think. Garden Warfare 2. So everyone's been waiting. It's been anticipated, like the community. And this technically isn't Garden Warfare. It's like I don't even know what exactly they're calling it. Yeah, fall asleep over there. Whatever, man. Listen, I love shooting games, and then I love it when there's one that mixes up the formula, especially when it's like colorful, it's like creative.
It's like PvPZ, right? Like you can play against zombies in the game, but there's also players in the game too, and there's like objectives, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's mainly PvP. It's usually 12v12, and all objectives, and it's Plants vs Zombies, obviously. Whole bunch of different classes. It's fun. They even have like a little like skill system now. You can like make a loadout. You can level them up, like prestige them and get new stuff. Whatever, dude. I was hyped about that, not only because it's happening, but they were literally like, hey, this is out. Oh, and you can play it now.
Yeah, well, like he hits the DMs up yesterday and he goes, guys, this is playable tonight. And I was like, oh, this is going to be like, I was like, Gears? Like, what is this? And I open it and it's like, welcome to Plants vs. Zombies. I was like, no.
You're the problem, dude, all right? You don't have an open mind. Well, you want some other generic, gritty, modern shooter, huh?
Like Borderlands 3? Yeah, I would love that.
Okay, but see, Borderlands is special too. I like that because that has character and it's stylized.
It's quirky and it's kinky all at the same time.
All right, here's my score for
Plants. I don't want to hear it. It's out anyway. Screw you.
1.
It's probably like a 0.
No. Okay, I'll put it at a 2 because a 2 means I'm willing to record it with you. If it's a 1. I'm not recording it with you. That's how that goes.
His two is just like literally, I want to be supportive of my friends.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Also
I love you, dude, and I will make some content with you. But like that's it. Like those games that we only do content for are
outside
2s.
Recording. It's not getting played. Is what he said.
100%.
I shouldn't have put that in. You guys are just bullying me. Okay, fine. Something else we're excited for. Gears of War 5.
Oh, there we go.
I can.
There we go. I love me some Gears, man.
Yeah, let me give you the fat 2 on that one. I'm gonna be supportive.
What? Hey, you gotta like Gears of War, right?
I don't care about Gears of War, man.
But you did. You did at one point or another. No. Everybody did. Gears of War, the first trailer for Gears of War 1, bro, is one of the best video game trailers of all time.
I mean, Gears 1 and 2 campaigns were so good.
The best.
I loved them. See, here's the around the time Gears was becoming this big thing, I was just
that
Metal Gear Solid, dude.
2006?
I was just playing. I was so deep in Metal Gear Solid throughout my adolescent years. Most of these games just didn't really hit me on my radar.
Well, I've been looking at early reviews for it and like kind of like not spoilers or anything, but they say like the campaign is like so far really good and it like is like the most similar to 1 and 2 and 3 in the sense because the Gears of Wars between have been just whack. And
well, apparently 2. I haven't read too much because I didn't want to.
Yeah.
But they have like an open world now where like some levels are like a hub.
Oh.
Or like that's how, and so there's like driving on these open worlds and stuff.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, oh, that sounds dumb. But then I was like, it's great. So I was like, oh.
Maybe I'll try it
out.
A
nice spin on the...
Yeah. I mean, you have to try and play it a little bit, right? Like on the creator pass or whatever, or did you?
Oh, no.
No.
I just wanted to get in PvP.
Oh, no games?
No.
Oh.
Everyone was busy playing. I mean, you got to be at least excited for the Horde mode, right?
Nah.
What? But that's like... Gears, like, is the popularized the Horde mode.
For sure.
I don't know, man. I just always saw that game. It was just a bunch of buff swole dudes.
I love the running
can. The roadie run.
It's too extra for me. It just wasn't for me.
Gears of War 1.
If you love Gears, that's dope. But for me, I'm good.
I feel almost the same way about Gears as I do Halo. Like the Gears name and franchise has been drugged through the mud, dude, recently. Like the Gears pop game and all that kind of trash. Dude, like Gears of War 1 is like one of those games I hold like close to my heart. Cause like it was when like my stepbrother was in high school and I was like maybe like 6th or 7th grade, bro. And I owned those noobs, bro. I stomped those kids,
Curb
bro.
Stomped. Literally.
And like what was cool is like I was like a little kid, bro. So they always wanted to play with me and stuff because I was just fragging, bro. They're like, this kid's insane.
This kid's reflexes.
So whenever I hear Gears, dude, I just think of that. And then Gears 1 and 2 is probably one of my favorite kind of PvP, like the kind of things you could do. Like you could like grab a weapon and kind of slide with it while you picked it up. Those little things you could do with it is something that I really like. So I'm going to put Gears on my list, dude. Like 8, 7.
Nice.
Like to hear about these good scores, dude, gets me hyped for it. Now, if they were like, oh, this sucks, like it's just another like terrible Gears game, then I'd be like, oh, okay, well, 5.
The reason I'm more hyped for it is because it's PC.
Yeah, that too. That like, plays it. If it was on just Xbox, I wouldn't play it. It'd be a 2.
Especially controller. Now that I can use mouse and keyboard, I think I'm going to like it more. And I played the multiplayer beta and that was actually fun. Like it ended and I was like, man, I wish I could actually play more.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. I didn't really put that in my upcoming, I guess, because like we can play it right now. So I guess if I'm going like on the list I had, I'd put it right under Borderlands at 6.
Okay.
And that's only because it's like here.
And then 2 for you, Blue, I guess. Like no interest at all.
I'm going to be supportive of you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy Gears, but it's just not my thing.
So, will you record it with us, maybe?
How much?
Well, we'll get it.
Well, I mean, the $2 Game Pass, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, we got to play Horde or something. God, I can barely get you to play that. Are you kidding me?
All right,
and don't tell us until now. I was like, oh, we're all hyped.
Blue's like, Gears sucks.
I'm about to end this whole man's career.
You're projecting some serious stuff on me because never once in DMs was like, oh, Gears looks pretty sick.
I don't know, but you didn't also say anything.
Well, I didn't say but if I didn't say you could probably assume it's probably
I would
not.
Agree with that as well. If Blue's not saying he's hyped about it, he's probably not hyped about it. If
I'm excited for something, I'm pretty vocal about it.
All right, well,
what's next?
No, I'm sad. We have the Peen Simulator, Death Stranding.
I don't know what this game
still
is.
So confused.
I don't know what Kojima keeps like talking about. He's like, yeah, it's a social strand system. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
I'm
totally down for it.
That is very controversial in the video game industry or like video game fandom. Okay,
I don't.
Everyone's gonna go, oh my god! I have never played an Ito Kojima game. What? I've never played an Ito Kojima game in my entire life.
You never played Phantom Pain that just came? Oh, really?
Never played a game. So like when I see like a story that like looks confusing and I don't understand what's going on, that doesn't interest me. Like if anything, I'm just like,
well, that is Kojima.
Like it just doesn't look like anything I would be interested in playing. Like I get like a narrative kind of driven story that like you don't know what's going on and like the kind of cool thing about that. But for me, that just turns me off from it, and it's like, ugh. Like
you play Kingdom Hearts,
but Daryl.
But I don't play Kingdom Hearts for the story. Like that game is driven by, for me, is mechanics and like fighting and that. In this game, there's not going to be that. It's more so driven.
Climb stairs.
Well, imagine.
I can do that outside. All right. Like,
imagine like if you had like Kingdom Hearts level of convoluted story, but it's like political, and that's Metal Gear Solid. That's what makes it so good. Oh god, I love Metal Gear Solid.
You grinded that for a little bit. That one that came.
It's just the story is just so.
I've never played
so ridiculous and over the
top.
Never
played a Metal Gear anything.
So there's so many like. Play this game and play this game. Oh, play this game to get the story from this game. You've played 4. Now, if you play 5, you'll get a background on what happened in 4. It's like, God.
I like Norman Reedus.
I love Metal Gear Solid.
I am going to rate that a question mark because I don't even... I don't know how to rate it when I don't even know what the game is.
I'll put a 4 because I could care less. But like if people say that it's good, I will
see the
play
reviews.
Yeah, exactly. If people are saying it's cool,
I'm gonna
then
put a 7. Just because I have no idea what it is, but it's Kojima, and I would blindly follow Kojima off the cliff, quite honestly.
At least you're honest.
At this point.
Blind loyalty. Appreciate that. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Okay. I am a Star Wars fan till I die.
Star Wars fans, stop listening.
I was not happy with the last movie.
We're not talking about the movie.
I'm just saying. It's gonna come into it.
Don't let him go into the monologue.
Don't subvert expectations.
So this old game was pretty cool. I played it a lot when I was a kid.
I'm
but
very reluctant.
I was more excited for KOTOR, to be honest.
I'm very scared because it's EA, and I'm just afraid that they're just gonna EA it up and just didn't they make like some single player campaign for Battlefront or something, and it wasn't even that good.
I thought we were talking about the re-release of that other game.
No, this is like the new game that's like
that one looks cool. Yeah, I'm cool with that one.
Yeah,
it looks all right.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's Respawn though, so I have faith.
And it's Star Wars, so it's like I have to get it. Like it's like I'm not going to get it.
My only issue with it is well, that's part of it, but I was told by some insiders and stuff before, when there wasn't anything, they're like, God of War, like the new God of War, just Star Wars. And so I'm like, oh my God, that's... And then I watched,
for you too.
Yeah, because I love God of War. That was such a good game. So I'm like, oh, that sounds so dope.
That sounds dope.
And then I watched the gameplay reveal and I was like...
He's just stomping them.
Yeah, I was like...
Yeah, it's too easy.
Not quite as...
Because that's the hard part about making a game in Star Wars. You don't want... Because they're so powerful compared to like a grunt, like a stormtrooper, that like for you to fight a stormtrooper, like
if you have people complaining, like I put bullets into this dude and he's not dying. I have this molten like sword that can just slice anything and he's not dying. Yeah. So I can see like why that's an issue, but it seems like it's gonna be very linear, and I usually don't like super linear stories. God of War was nice because it was, but at the same time it had that open world, like the lake. You could choose. There was like optional places, bosses, that kind of stuff. So it wasn't strictly that. And I'm just worried this is going to be like almost like a like play along movie kind of thing, almost like quick time.
Like press A.
Yeah, it might as well be.
But there were some sweet things you can do in that game. Like when he like force choked the dude to him and like put him in front of like the bullet that like hit him, I was like, all right.
Well, that reminds me of Force Unleashed way back on like PS2 or whatever. Loved that game mainly because like the destruction they had, and that was like you could just do crazy stuff or like use your powers for fun stuff. So that'll be fun. I'm excited for it. I think all that hype I received from people beforehand like disappointed me.
Yeah, when you actually
I just had this idea.
Impossible kind of thing that like
Kratos, but like, and how like God of War is such a good game. So I'll put it like a 5.
Yeah, 6.
5
is 6 just because it's Star Wars. Anything Star Wars in its name is a 6. Like that means I'm gonna get it, but if it sucks, like I'm gonna hate it. And I'm never gonna.
For me, it just looks a little dated from what I've seen.
It does. But that was an alpha build. I can see
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the type of game I would have gotten like 2015.
Yeah.
2014 PS3 game.
Yeah.
For me,
I feel like we're all about on the same page there.
I hope it's good because it's Respawn and I love Respawn.
And that's kind of their last chance too.
And they're well, I mean, Apex
they just released Apex. They're ranking it in, dude.
No, I'm thinking of Anthem. BioWare.
BioWare.
I'm thinking BioWare. My fault. Yeah, that's the one. My fault.
We don't say the B word here, right? Next up, okay. Well, I don't know where Blue lands on this, but I know Rob and I are stoked. Modern Warfare.
9. That's a 9. That's
Modern
a 9.
Warfare, baby.
Oh, it was good on console, dude, which means it's a 9. I can't wait.
If Rob had fun on a console, then you know it's gonna.
And I didn't even have sound too. I didn't even have sound, and I liked it.
That's true. We were playing that, and for what you couldn't get your headphones when you're like whatever. So we were recording, and I'd be like, Rob, why aren't you? Oh, right, you can't hear. And he's like, where are they? I'm like, what do you mean, where are they?
It was awesome. But it's so fun. And, like, I'm a sucker for Modern Warfare. Like, if it has Modern Warfare in the title, sure. Like, I'm playing it. And it's on PC. The only thing I wish, like, it would be a 10 if there was crossplay.
Okay, so I learned there is. but console players have to opt in.
Oh, they do. Okay, that's
so
sick.
if they're okay playing with PC players,
now it's a 10.
They can. Yeah.
Now it's a 10. That was the only reason why. Okay, maybe it's a 9 because I probably am not going to play the campaign. I'm not a big Call of Duty campaign guy. I don't think I've ever played a Call of Duty campaign.
Black Ops was the only one I did.
Yeah,
that one was good.
They're all just kind of like the same kind of like thing, going in and mission and saving somebody, and then you.
This one has Bryce.
Yeah.
Captain Bryce.
Miss me with that, dude. I'm all about multiplayer.
Yeah, catch me multiplayer.
The only thing I'm really, really, really worried about is the loot box thing or whatever they have in there that's going to be like, you got 20 gold tokens. Like, do you want to use 10 gems to open up this instead?
See, if you go back to Black Ops, the Black Ops is a barren wasteland that you would not recognize now. Because when it started off, they were really good, and they're like, "Oh, loot boxes? Oh, we don't know those." And now you go back, and it's like loot box, loot box, loot box. You like that shit? Loot box.
They just wait until the reviews are in.
Yeah,
and they're like, all right,
yeah, let's put them in now. And I hate
it's gonna happen. Like it's people put money into it. It's gonna there's gonna be prevalence of loot boxes. It's gonna happen. This is what it is.
People just don't. I'm one of them. But I don't mind giving the game money if it's good. You know, if I enjoy it.
Right.
But like if it's to like a paywall, like with what Apex did with that one thing, that's ridiculous. That's where I draw the line. Like I will not participate in anything like that.
I did.
Of course you did.
You're the problem. I am the problem. I'll admit it. Listen, dude. Okay, I don't buy much.
You're gonna buy packs. You're gonna buy COD points.
You're gonna buy packs. You've got the money. You'll be fine.
It's content.
Yeah.
2, literally, I don't spend my money on anything.
Yeah.
Except video games. So
true.
Sometimes like that. And like it sounds sad, but like I get a little excited. And, like I get that little dopamine rush. I'm the problem. I know I am.
Oh, when we go gambling one of these days,
That's why
bro,
I don't
like
want to,
you're gonna.
I know.
Yeah, it's like that times 50, bro.
Yeah, I know I have like an addictive personality and stuff. So I don't.
So Call of Duty 9, like I'm really excited for it. I just pray that there's challenges for get fall camo, not buy 10 packs and hope you get fall camo. Like that's what I'm hoping for.
Well, I mean, Black Ops did it well. Black Ops 4, they had like to get diamond. It was like same thing. Like you have all these challenges. I'm just worried about how they're going to introduce microtransactions, because the problem with Black Ops 4, I was fine with it because I know it's inevitable.
Yeah, like they're coming.
Activision in whatever like the last quarter from Black Ops 4 microtransactions, and just that quarter got more than World War II has gotten for them sales, everything ever. So, like, of course there's going to be microtransactions. I just hate that Black Ops 4 puts unique weapons behind those crates. Yeah. That's my problem. I don't want that in Modern Warfare. You can put skins or whatever, as long as it's...
Unique weapon in the sense of, like, what?
Like a
it's legit
new
unique
weapon.
Oh.
Yeah. Like this
MP5. So, like, normally a gun you would unlock when you hit level 60 is now instead...
Well, so they have their normal weapons, but then they're like, oh, we have this new M4. You only get it if you can get it through this case. That's the problem I have.
Surprise mechanics, baby.
And it's not just like a reskin. Like, oh, it's just a different model. Like,
it's a new gun.
A whole new gun. Whole new archetype. All attachment. Like, yeah, that's my problem.
Yeah. So that's why it's a 9 for me. What about you?
I would put it 9.
Nice.
So for me, it's the second most hype game I am.
Yeah.
And that's because 1, I think it's going to be dope.
Yeah.
2, like we were playing just that 2v2 mode.
Yeah.
Literally, I could have just, it felt like the old, like.
Exactly.
Like middle school, high school days. Yeah. I would just stay up all night, just grind match after match. So once I had progression to chase after 2, prestigious, I'm a sucker.
You are.
And not only that, there's rumors there's like 50 or 60 weapons in the base game. And that sounds dope.
That's awesome.
A nunny.
What about you, Blue?
I'm gonna put it at 7. I know I'm gonna play it. I know I'm gonna put hours into it.
Nice. Hell yeah,
it's a Call of Duty game.
Sounds like he's not proud
Black
of
Ops 4. Black Ops 4 brought me back in, quite honestly. And with all the good stuff in here about Modern Warfare, I'm looking forward to it.
Call of Duty fell off pretty quickly though. Black Ops, it was like going pretty well for like 3 months, and then kind of
well, the problem too is I'm hoping this cross-playing stuff fixes it.
Yeah.
And now that people know, Black Ops 4 is the first PC to like actually have. Yeah. It's not just a terrible port. So I'm hoping the PC community doesn't die so fast. That was my problem. If you go on console now, dude, it's still thriving.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping either with crossplay or just with the new hype and stuff, there'll be a more emphasis on the PC community. That was really my only problem with it.
Because they definitely put more emphasis on like their console community.
I mean, it's where they get most of their money and whatnot.
It's the bank. It's where they get the bank. So I can't blame them.
I can't blame them either. And I can't blame us for going to this ad break.
Oh.
And we're back with plenty of video game talk. So Modern Warfare, we're all pretty excited. Rob and I more so.
Yeah.
It sounds like Blue is...
Hey, a 7 on Blue scale, I think, is a great score.
I think what that means in Blue's terms is...
7 is
I know I'm going to grind it. I might not feel good about it, but I'm going to grind it.
Yeah.
Yeah. 7 is like, I know I'm going to play it. I'm going to put an unhealthy amount of hours into it, and it's going to either burn me or I'm going to...
So what's a 10 then? What's a 10? Like, you're going to lose your life?
You'll find out soon, big boy.
I guess we're going to find out.
Oh, okay.
He did say it's coming up. Okay. He knows what it is.
It's probably the same as Fruits.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, I forgot.
Next up, so this one isn't a new upcoming game. I just want to briefly touch on it, kind of like we touched on like Smash Banjo. Hunt Showdown, it officially came out of like early access.
Yeah.
I'm addicted.
It's
dude.
fun, man. I've had a good time with it. Like, it's not definitely the most optimized game, but it's fun. Like, I enjoy it.
I mean, the progression of it, for me, it's like an FPS roguelike.
Yeah.
And I love roguelikes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not as far, because we got Arios to play with it, and he really likes it.
Yeah.
He loves Escape from Tarkov.
Oh, that's like his
baby. That's too much for me. And for those who don't know Escape from Tarkov, it's like super hardcore military, almost like a military simulator.
Like, if your character dies, you lose them forever. Every gear, all the gear, everything.
Yeah, everything. Like, in order to put bullets in a magazine, you have to pull out an empty magazine and then put the bullets in several.
Yeah.
Like, load that whole thing, then take that magazine,
it's like
load it into the gun,
survival.
block that. Like, it's the whole 9 yards. Super.
Not a fan.
Super hardcore, essentially. Hunt feels like
a softer version.
You don't need to know as much. It's not as like daunting.
Yeah.
It's more forgiving, and it has the whole like monster hunting.
Well,
thing.
and that's one thing that I like. I hate scary movies, but I have a weird love for scary games, like the genre of them. And you definitely get that sense of like tension and like scariness like, with that game. And like that's something that I really like when a game can make you like feel that way. So like it's fun. Yeah, it's a good time.
And I like the emphasis on sound, where like you don't want to alert these crows or these dogs.
Yeah,
like literally we were like when you had gotten off, I was playing with Arios. We were fighting a boss, and I heard dogs start barking. I was like, Arios. I was like, stop.
Yeah.
And we left the boss room, and sure enough, because I heard those dogs, we saw two people like trying to like sneak up on us. We got the jump on and killed them. Yeah, so like that whole like dynamic I really like, and it's twofold. I have to watch the noise I'm making. Yeah, I don't know. That's a game that like
it's a good time.
Yeah, I know you're not as into it, but
I mean, I don't hate it though. So it'd be like a 5. Like I'll play it. Like if anybody asks me to play it, yeah, sure, I'll play it.
Okay. Yeah, so I just want to touch on that. That's like a game recently that because normally I don't have a game, especially if I don't make videos on it, that I put a lot of time into, but I've been putting a lot of time in Hunt. All right, now on to the topic most of our viewers, I'm sure, are excited for, as well as us.
Oh, and this guy apparently too.
And this guy. Destiny 2 Shadowkeep.
Oh, boy.
I'm in a really weird spot with Destiny right now, man. When I first played Destiny, dude, it was the PvP that I loved, you know? And, like, the PvE was, like, my side chick, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of, like, visited and, like, was like, what's up? Like, I like you. Like, let's raid and stuff. But, like, PvP was, like, what I, like, did, you know? Like, that's where, like, I spent most of my time. Because there's, like, I don't know. But, like, with Destiny 2, man, I don't know what it is about the PvP. If it's a sandbox change or just they can't get the super counter right or anything.
Better games came out that did PvP better. That's just
if Shadowkeep doesn't figure out how to do PvP, man, I'm gonna lose it because it's.
I mean, like
I can only do PvE so much, you know. Right. I can raid 3 times and then I can do a couple characters, but that's a day, you know. Like that's a day of gaming.
Well, see the reason I play Destiny, and I know a lot of people aren't like this, but I play PvE to play PvP. I play PvE to get these weapons to then go use in PvP. That's like what I like to do.
Yeah.
And so I can understand why like some people love the PvE grind, and I do. I love to do that initial grind.
Yeah.
But then like grinding the same thing over and over, unless it's for this exotic that's fun in PvP, I'm probably not about it. But I've been hearing there's a build at PAX West, and they haven't done the sandbox patch notes yet. They'll do it, I'm sure, sooner to release. But like I think it was Triple Rec who tweeted out, low impact sniper rifles can one-shot headshot supers again.
That's good.
So like roaming supers, hopefully, like that's a big problem. And Blue made the joke when we were doing the Dream Team video. It's like there's a point in the game where it feels like we just play mayhem.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's true. Like the first 2 minutes is fun because you shoot your gun and you get into gunfights.
Yeah.
And then after that, everyone gets their super, and you just have 6 Striker Titans chaining supers.
Run. Yeah, and you run.
And that's mayhem.
And that's the other 3 minutes, and then it's 2 minutes of that, and then it's that again.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just it's a cycle that I don't like, and I don't think I ever felt in Destiny 1 PvP ever.
And I think the other thing, especially for you, the lax, is the competition like Trials.
Yeah, I guess that too. I think that
because you grinded Trials.
Oh, I love Trials. I think I liked Trials more in the sense it's like I'm better than you, because like in a 6v6 kind of like scale, it's kind of hard with like and then weapons and all that kind of stuff. But that's why I liked using off meta stuff, because I don't want to just be part of everybody and then you use the recluse too. But like if I outgun you with like my Jade Rabbit, I see you, cuz like I'm way better.
The problem is I feel like there's less options for that. Well, I think the other problem too is inherently the PC version.
Yeah. I
feel like the console version you'll see more variety.
Oh, it's so different.
But like PC, it's like if you're not using a hand cannon, you are putting yourself at a disadvantage. Yeah. It's just like fact. Because of the way recoil and the way PC works and everything. So I think that's kind of part of the problem. It's just the sandbox. Like I was able to use Galran's right hand the other day. Got a rerun out of medals with an auto rifle.
Yeah, that was sweet.
And in this meta, like
I like that
doesn't happen. Yeah. But I love that because it felt like I was in Destiny 1.
Yeah.
Like I was just using this auto rifle.
And popping.
Yeah, and just popping off.
But I feel like you can't do that more often in the PC community now, because everybody's just running around with recluse and that one shotgun you get from that one strike.
Yeah.
Well, I would love it if we had actual recoil on PC.
The only time I ever did that.
If you had what on PC?
I would love if we had like actual recoil. I know that might be unpopular because people love their laser beams.
Recoil in the sense of what? Like,
but part of what makes shooters so fun for me is learning patterns on recoil. Like just like CS:GO specifically.
Yeah, CS:GO.
Learning your recoil pattern, that's so fun. Learning
that's a big skill gap. It's a huge skill gap too. And
learning the ins and out of it. And on Destiny 2's PC, like recoil just doesn't
Everything's
exist.
A laser.
Everything's a laser. As much as cool as that is, and as fun as that is, I want my guns to feel like
unique
I can
in a sort of a
master
sense.
them. Yeah.
Like my last word doesn't shoot the same as my, I don't know, Rose or whatever that gun is.
Yeah, and you could, and on console you could say that. You can say that this gun shoots different than this gun because this one has recoil, this one has less. But on PC, I don't get that same satisfaction. Yeah. So I wish that we did get some type of recoil on our guns, because that would just make it. I feel, as much as people hate recoil is part of what makes gunplay satisfying. Because if you can control your recoil better than the next dude, there's skill gap, and you're a better player.
I wouldn't go as far as to say like a CS:GO route, but if you found a happy medium where there was still some amount, where like you didn't just have to hold your mouse in place, where you had to have some,
even if it's a little
variety.
bit. Yeah.
And the problem is they'd have to figure out like hand cannons would have to have super recoil before returning back, because the thing about the hand cannons that are so good on PC, because you fire so many shots. With like an auto rifle has a big spread. That means you're having to counteract this entire thing. Meanwhile, faster time to kill, just land headshots.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they fix it, but
yeah,
hand cannons are just insane.
Everything they show with PvE, dude. I love it. Like, keep it coming. Like, I'm making an announcement. We're going for world's first here. We're gonna have a team. We're going for it. We're going for it. We can do it, dude. If we really look down and put our heads down and not look for chests, dude, we can do it.
We would have been pretty close to world's first, if not the world's first with Leviathan.
You're right.
We were.
It's 100% right. We could have beaten Tfue.
We cleared Callus faster than any other team.
Yeah. Literally had the fastest cost clear on the day.
Yeah.
Just those stupid dogs.
Like, okay, so Shadowkeep, 8. Like,
well, we also spent like 40 minutes in the underbelly.
I love Destiny. I'm going to play it, you know. I love Destiny, but I'm going to play it, yeah.
It's funny because you guys are so, like, have literally the inverse opinion I do, because I'm probably higher on Destiny than I've been since probably Taken King.
That's great, dude. I wish I was. I really wish I was. Too. I wish I was.
It's because they've made such a big shift to expanding what we do in PvE, which unfortunately has come at the cost of PvP. But I feel like from a business sense, they have to make this decision, because the launch of Destiny 2 was just catastrophic for them, because they put so much emphasis on
Well, not even just the launch
game
too,
around
like the next
PvP.
expansion too was.
Well,
Yeah.
it's already in
trash.
works. They didn't have time
Yeah,
to
it's
like.
trash.
They put all this emphasis on making PvP the spectator sport, and they put all these resources into it, and it just didn't work because it made the game super boring.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the hard fact is most people play this game for PvE, so they had to shift to, okay, do we want to make this a PvP? Do they want to make this a PvE game that happens to have PvP, or the inverse? So that's why I'm so high on it right now. I would like PvP to be enjoyable at least, because right now it's not.
Well, don't get me wrong. I love the raiding and the PvE part of Destiny, and I can
the menagerie. That's dope.
But I can only do that for so long. You know,
I can pound that shit for. I can pound
I
that
know
shit
you
for
can. You know, like
I could go deep
when I
on
raid
that
with the
shit.
guys, dude. That's 6 hours of my week. You know, like that's all I know my Destiny is going to, and maybe the Nightfall, I guess.
Well, that's the thing for me is if PvP is better, I'm more invested in PvE.
Yeah,
Like I'm the inverse
yeah.
of most people. Like if I'm having more fun in PvP and I'm chasing that, I don't want to play.
Yeah.
And that means one, I just like the game more, so I'm more likely to play PvE. But also it means I'm chasing stuff.
Yeah,
I want to do stuff like in these past couple of weeks. I've been having a lot of fun because since you and I we more or less quit a little after Forsaken
for sure.
And
he came back a little bit for Fruit came back for Season of Opulence for a little bit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's when I came back with Season of Opulence, and then I kind of fell off because then we had the summit and stuff.
Yeah,
but I came back and it was so nice. One, because I had so much stuff I hadn't done.
Yeah, you had a ton of stuff to grind.
Tons of stuff, tons of weapons, pinnacle weapons. Like the fun thing was like I was playing Crucible not for one pinnacle weapon. I was like getting all of them at the same time, so it was fun to chase. And on top of that, the quality of life changes they've done, the opulence stuff, and those
like
quality
for
of life
you,
changes.
for somebody like you to get back into Destiny, it was the perfect time, and like that's.
And I think I was also higher on Destiny because of the Shadowkeep stream.
Yeah,
where they're like, they actually said the words like MMORPG, and I was like, oh my god. And they're like, we want to double down on RPG. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
And they're like, this is where we're going.
Hard.
So I was like, okay, now we're starting to talk.
Yeah.
And so like Armor 2.0 is a good way to like start. I'm just worried that Shadowkeep will be good, but the size of it, and I think it's more going to be even more quality of life changes like Armor 2.0. The content will probably be great, but it's not like a Forsaken size.
It's gonna be Rise of Iron Plus, for sure.
You don't think it's gonna be like
a lot of
Taken
people are gonna
King?
be disappointed.
That was
because I feel like I'm 100% positive a lot of the stuff we're getting in Shadowkeep is gonna be content we've already gotten like D1, which is what it is. I mean, but
I don't mind that too much as long as they keep reprising it, and then it eventually becomes like we have Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, which is what I wanted.
Yeah.
Just like a shared game, shared world, and we move forward and we don't lose all this stuff. We just build upon it.
Yeah.
And I know how they talk about like we don't want
if Destiny 3 does a full reset without bringing a lot of stuff forward whenever we get Destiny 3, then that's going to be...
We're going to need to talk about something.
Yeah. I think that's a jumping point for... I think that's going to be like another big
jump the
point
shark.
For people.
Like
they're gonna have like another Destiny 2 launch on their hands.
Yeah.
Monko. That was terrible. First week of Destiny 2 was like one of the greatest weeks of my life, and then I hit max level on all characters, and I was like, oh no. This is bad. This is not good. So I would probably say on my list 8 Red Bull Modern Warfare.
Okay.
Just
8
because
is where I'm at too.
Yeah. I'm for the most part, I know what I'm expecting. Yeah. I know I'm gonna like it. I know I'm gonna grind it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna do like it's the reason I'm more excited about it is because it's setting up the future. It's the building blocks. Yeah. They're starting to like the Armor 2.0 is a good start.
For sure.
And so that's why I'm more excited about it.
And they're independent, so they can do whatever they want now.
Yay.
Literally whatever they want.
Yeah.
And
because Activision was the problem.
No, I mean they said it was like they can't put all the blame on them.
It's a two-way street, all right.
I'm just hoping.
No doubt.
It sounds like,
but they have more freedom to be the game they want to be. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, Activision funds them. Activision funded them to be a shooter.
Yeah.
The shooter first, like RPG, all that stuff. That's cool and all, but we want you to have an accessible shooter. And now they have an opportunity to really double down on a lot of stuff that maybe would have dragged away, like been maybe a little not as accessible to the average FPS player.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of dead games, Just kidding. Destiny 2's not that dead anymore. 15-year-old dead game that's been revived. WoW Classic.
Oh,
my
dude.
God.
Miss
I
me
don't
with
get
that.
it,
Yeah. I'm over. I
You
tried.
were like-
I tried. Okay.
This is a new take.
So I tried I was like, all right, like I preloaded in and I was like, all right, I'll just give it a try. Click on white main, click on my character. Or no, I don't click on my character. I just click on white main and then I'm just looking at a portal and it says queue of 16,000 and it's going to be about 1,200 minutes.
Yeah.
And me and my brain, I'm like, you know what? I've seen my PlayStation downloads and like all that kind of download stuff where it's like, it's going to take 8 days. And then it really takes like an hour. So I'm like, I'm going to stick with this. So I put on some anime. I'm just chilling. And I'm like,
It's like
I
increased.
and like 4 hours have gone by and I look by and it's like 900 minutes left. I'm like, oh, this is a real
They
like
weren't lying.
line. And I was like, I'm never playing this. And that was it.
Oh.
So now it's like a 1.
Yeah.
And then like now I've missed the boat. You know,
Yeah.
the boat is gone. So it was I either got on that ship and went with it or I watched it sail.
Well, especially now because you got all these other games
exactly.
coming out. Like,
and that's what
you're
it
not
was.
that hardcore.
That window was that now it's gone. So
Plus, because you won't be able to level with like Shark and Blaster
exactly.
anymore.
And they don't want us to level with a level 1 noob who's
No.
never ever played. And I don't want to put that on them.
No.
They would, but I don't want to do that to them.
Yeah. But I mean, Twitch
Yeah.
is still. I'm impressed by how many people it's still pulling. I just feel like there's this weird honeymoon phase, and I could be
For
wrong.
me, I think it's people watching the streamer rather than the game.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Maybe
Well, I mean,
not in the case of Asmongold, but in the case of like Tim, Lyric, all those other people,
Yeah.
Soda, I think they're watching more so the streamer
It's-
than the game.
And it's a nostalgia trip. Like, people love going down memory lane, playing stuff that they played back in the day.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's, I mean, I'm glad people enjoy it, but for me, it's like, I feel like nostalgia will only take me so far.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
if I were
I
to go back
know.
to Destiny 1 fresh, I'd be like, oh, this is so sick. But then give me a week and I'll be like,
This
why-
sucks.
I could just go, I'm just going to go play D2.
I know because I related it to like if Halo 3 released, because that's like my nostalgia game. Like, if anything could come back, I know I would be hyped and I'd be playing it. But then like after a
I
week,
don't know, bro.
It'd be
maybe
dating.
not-
I don't know.
but I know for me,
I wouldn't.
So you would be like the dedicated-
Oh my god, yeah.
you'd be the dedicated classic
Oh.
players.
Yeah.
So there
you'd-
are
so you'd
those
be the WoW
people.
classic.
Oh
dude.
yeah, that's probably all I would play, honestly. Like if it was exactly the same, yeah.
So you would be in that boat, but I know for me,
Mm-hmm.
I think it would wear off.
Yeah.
I'd be like, this is dope,
I'm not in
but also
2007.
we've come
So much time
yeah.
has passed.
Yeah, we've come past this.
Yeah.
And after like the initial like nostalgia wave of new players and everything, I'd probably like lose
Yeah.
interest. So that's just
Yeah.
the way I see WoW Classic. And I know like your perspective, if you were essentially into WoW Classic, there are people like that who are like,
Yeah.
yo, I don't care.
Yeah.
And even before this, there were people who had their own vanilla servers, like
For sure,
modded,
yeah.
who were playing it. So I know there's going to be people on there
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah. Playing it,
But I don't think it's going to
Yeah.
be like people are treating it like it's the second coming.
yeah. See,
And,
call me in a month and we'll see what it's
Yeah.
how it's doing.
Yeah, let us know how that goes.
I mean, maybe I'll
I'm
be
happy
even
for
worse.
you, but I just don't get it.
Yeah, like it doesn't
Root
affect
on.
me. I'm happy. A lot of my friends are playing it, and that makes them happy. That's great, but I don't get it.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. None of us do.
yeah, so don't really have to rate that
one.
one. Yeah, we're not. None of us are playing it.
Ones.
This is an interesting one. Well, we'll come back to that. Cyberpunk.
Oh, Cyberpunk.
Yeah, upcoming. Blue. Like, oh, okay.
I haven't really.
We need to get to it before we run out of time.
I haven't really looked into it at all. I just know Keanu Reeves is in it, and it's kind of like,
Dude.
I'm interested. I'll play it. You know, I'm
I
not
love-
like this is gonna be the sickest like storytelling gun game whatever ever. But I think it looks cool.
I'm excited just because the quality looks unreal. Like, this looks like the production of
It
it
does.
just looks so far ahead of anything else that I've ever seen in a video game before.
Mm-hmm.
Which that alone gets me extremely excited.
Yeah.
I've never been that big on like Witcher or anything. I don't know that much about CD
never played
Projekt
Witcher.
Red or like the rabid fan base they have, but I mean, the game looks sick. I love the cyberpunk setting of
Keanu Reeves.
the Blade Runner,
I said
the
Keanu
Blade
Reeves.
Runner Snatcher
Yeah,
whole
Keanu
aesthetic.
Reeves.
That's dope, and I'm looking forward to it. Also,
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
I mean, I'm all in. I
Wow.
think I'm super excited about it. I'm only sad because
Have you looked into it more than I have though?
Yeah.
Like I haven't really.
I've
looked
watched, like,
into-
everything.
Oh, okay. See, I haven't really
like
seen
the The only problem I know is it's going to be a in my own time thing because I just can't really make videos on something like that, or at least not how I make videos.
Yeah, it would definitely be a lot of cutting and like a 2-hour playthrough cut into 15 minutes.
Yeah,
if that.
So maybe it'd be like just a random stream game, but like the RPG aspect of it, the shooter aspect of it. I played Witcher, loved that, and so I know how.
So the guys make Witcher made this. Okay, so yeah, I don't know.
So I know how they're like adapting. And just the way they're talking about like how in depth this game is, and like if they deliver on what they're saying, and it looks like they are, it's gonna be insane. And then I got even more hyped because they recently tweeted, I think it was like yesterday, that they're like, "Yo, by the way, we're like supporting this single player fully. We're gonna fully develop it, release it. There's gonna be extra content for that onward after release, but we're also looking to add multiplayer after release." And I'm like, Nani?
Yeah. Like,
so for all I know, that's like a co-op or multiplayer modes that you use your now
or like
cybernetic
a custom kind of
soldier
thing or something.
Yeah. So like if they add that, it's like what doesn't
when they say multiplayer, the it's limitless, like what they can do with multiplayer, you know?
So whether that means I could play that with friends, that would be dope. Yeah. Or even take that soldier with all the gear and enhancements and use that in a multiplayer match. That would be sick.
Yeah.
Either way, that got me even more hyped.
Yeah.
Where would you guys put that on your list?
7, 8. So I guess closer to 8. I'd give it an 8. Keanu Reeves.
I'd give it an 8.
That's an 8 for me. That's an 8 for me.
I give it a Keanu Reeves out of Keanu Reeves.
I'd put it 9.5.
Oh, that's pretty high.
Right above
an A plus though. Still
right above Modern Warfare, but still below. I'd have to put that there. But I mean, I'm like, like I said, I'm all in about that. So I'm really excited for that one. Blue, what do you want to touch on this list?
You know what I want to touch on.
What is it?
Everything Pokemon, baby. Sword and Shield coming out November, bitch.
That's my 10.
Are you guys streaming that? Like, are you guys going to get like attachments?
Dude,
and like...
I'm so excited because this is the first Pokemon game I can actually like stream and like do.
Oh yeah, wait. You don't have to do it on DS, right? It's on the Switch. You don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that dumb Citra get your own cap card. No, the Switch, ready to go, baby. You could play Pokemon right with the boys, and I'm so excited.
So you guys,
we're gonna go camping together. Yeah. We're cooking curry.
You can go camping with your buds.
You guys just like love Pokemon so much more than I do. See, like when I look at Pokemon, when I look at Pokemon, I look at it as like I start as a trainer, and then I work my way up to the Elite Four. I beat them, and that's it.
And you're done.
And I'm done.
Well, you're
okay.
I'm sorry.
That's what I do.
Shallow.
Now you guys, you beat the Elite Four, and then you capture every other Pokemon.
That's when the game starts, baby.
That's where it starts.
That's when the real game starts.
Oh man.
I mean, for me, like I distinctly remember my mom telling me too, because I think I wanted like Pokemon wallpaper or something for like one of my early bedrooms. She's like, no, it's like it's a fad. You're gonna be over in like a year. And I was like 7. And here I am
24.
A couple months ago I flew out to Ohio
24
to play Pokemon.
years old playing some Pokemon.
And my most excited game is still Pokemon. I was like, take that, Mom.
Oh man.
But yeah,
Sword and Shield. It's just so exciting because this is
both. Come on.
Probably both, yeah. It's just so exciting. This is the first like actually this is the first current gen Pokemon game. Like in all truth, the reason it's so exciting is because this is the first time we're actually getting to play a main title on an actually powerful console.
I know there's going to be shortcomings and there's like drama and certain stuff, but I know I'm still going to just love it.
There's parts that are going to disappoint me so hard, but it's Pokemon, and it's the heat.
Yeah,
that's endgame, baby.
So that's your 10?
My fucking Pokemon, dude. That's my 10.
That's both your guys'
10. Well, there's co-op too. Like
That's your 10. These you guys are like sucker, you guys are like it's Borderlands, but you know it's Borderlands.
Listen,
it's Borderlands 3.
I will admit I'm a hypocrite. Okay, but it's Pokemon, dude.
It's Borderlands 3.
It's a 10, man. It's easy 10.
2. Like it's Pokemon, it's new Pokemon Shield, dude, but it's Pokemon Red.
Pokemon is like
10.
At times no better than like sports games where they do every year. But
100%.
Like that's I know that I'm a part of that problem.
And you're okay with that.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I 100% know I'm part of the problem, and I know I should give it more criticism than I do. And 100%, like I wish Game Freak would invest a little more money into the mainline titles, considering they're like $1 billion, almost $100 billion franchise.
Well, Christian was
saying, like, why don't you put more money into it? But I'm also gonna put so much goddamn time into Pokemon that it doesn't matter.
The whole Pokedex thing too. Game Freak was like, "Oh, we just don't have enough people and time." They only have like 120 employees. Hire some. You have so much money.
Have so much money.
But think about like the CEO.
The fact that there's less than 200 people working on that's mind blowing. Literally,
that's
like
mind blowing.
There's only 120 people working on
something like 140 or something like that.
Yeah,
and they crank them out like 2 years between each other, right? Like,
well, they crank them out.
Yeah, I guess Sword and their Sun and Moon was.
They're usually like every 3-4 years. Generally, is a new title.
Yeah, but like that's you. Imagine if they had a studio of thousands.
But
if you had a studio of thousands, we would have the most crazy Pokemon game, and that's what I want.
And that's
why it's bad. But also, I'm gonna play it.
Are you guys worried that microtransactions from Pokemon Go and Pokemon Masters are somehow going to sneak their head?
If they find their way into the core game, that's when I stop being.
There's been a lot of microtransactions.
Really? Yeah.
If they introduce but you just said you love microtransactions, you don't mind.
But
I mean, in mainline games, they've never done that, and if they did do that, they did it tastefully, where it's like small things here and there.
They make so much money from Pokemon. I guarantee
they make
you,
so
dude,
much.
In a week, they make more from Pokemon Masters and Go than they'll make from every sale that Shield and whatever gun has.
Okay, I don't know about that.
No, dude, they make so much money from that stuff. The little speed up mechanics and stuff.
No doubt. Wait, speed up. What are you talking about?
If you want to level up your Lickitung to level 50, you can give them 2 gems. And
if that was the case, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, so like something like that.
They would never do that in the mainline RPGs.
Well, yeah. See, that's when I think of microtransactions in the mainline, I think of predatory. I guess if they're like, "Yo, here's some clothes for your avatar," or like. But see, I don't know what else they would add that wouldn't affect.
That would piss you off.
Yeah,
they make so much money. They make so much money off of the main line. I don't see them ever doing that. Quite honestly.
This is going to stay untouched, and the main line,
if they
Go
did,
and Masters, is where they make their money.
If they did, it would be mad. But you got to understand, Go and Masters are free investments for them, so they're handing it to people. They have to make money somewhere. So obviously, there's going to be microtransactions with Pokemon. They know everyone's going to buy that $60 title.
But why not both?
Well, here's the thing, too. They know hardcore fans, or most just Pokemon fans, are going to buy both, like me.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's probably like
effectively
$60 for a few different Pokemon, really.
I mean, and then when the third one comes out, you guys are going to buy that one, because there's always a third one that comes out a year later.
Well, they haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Which is kind of
they stopped at Black and White.
Kind of a bummer.
Well, like the third ones were always the best because they took everything good about it, added quality of life, added some other.
And it would come out like a year later,
stuff,
right?
Whatever, yeah. Like
now they'll do like what's the word? Like ultra versions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ultra Sun and Moon was.
Then they Black and White 2, which wasn't really like an ultra. That was basically different, but yeah, I mean it's. I don't want to talk about Ultra Sun and Moon.
Yeah, I can't defend that one. That one was
so bad. That was awful. Genuinely bad. They ruined the story in that game too. But we're not going to talk about that.
It's the same.
It's literally like the same game. That's the problem.
It's literally the same game. They add a couple of new things here and there, and they completely butcher the Sun and Moon story. Don't buy Ultra Sun and Moon.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
from two gigantic Pokemon fans. That's saying something.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, you'll never see me playing that now.
I love Sun and Moon too. I love Sun and Moon, but don't buy.
I'll just be playing Heart Gold, dude. Heart Gold is probably the only Pokemon game that was like a 10.
Oh, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, easily best Pokemon games of all time, no doubt, no cap.
Like the little Pokeball that would came with your little dude. Oh, that was the best. I'd be at school just like shaking it, leveling up my like Rhyhorn.
So yeah, thank you. So for better or for worse, that's Blues and I's most anticipated game.
I guess
10.
I mean
10.
That's just like as a blind fan, but literally like aside from that,
like you're more excited for that than Cyberpunk, Borderlands. Okay,
but that's why I'm saying I'm blind. I know that that's dumb, and realistically, aside from that, like Cyberpunk would be my most excited, then Modern Warfare. Like Pokemon would realistically be like 7 or something. Yeah. But I'm a blind fanboy, like
because it's Pokemon, it's a 10. Like no matter what it is,
and like I don't know if I'll do any content on it, but I know I'm just going.
Yeah,
it's Pokemon.
I'm gonna go so deep on that game.
I mean, I'm gonna play it at 7. Like I'm playing it. Like, and if it's sick, it's sick.
We can camp together. Dude.
Yeah, sweet. I can't wait to.
Dude, we could camp. We could show off our Pokemon. That's the thing about me though is even when you're done with the game, like I'm still like trading and grinding and breeding shit.
Like I can like walk with like my Rhydon behind me, right?
You can. You can.
Well, I hope
have some fun with that.
like for me, the Sun and Moon 2 was really fun, just completing the Pokedex. So I hope it's just as
700
fun.
what? Like how many?
The local decks, because the problem is like national dexes, they never have those Pokemon to catch.
Yeah, they're
you
not
have
just
to transfer from
22.
games. Yeah. So like completing the Alola, I had a lot of fun with that.
What would you do if they
That's-
released a
yeah, that's
Pokemon
fun.
game after this one and it was everything? Like every Pokemon ever.
Well, that's what we've been hoping for literally years.
In game, but I don't think
makes too much sense.
I think they also roll out these games with not as much improvements or changes as you would expect, because they can then just keep making these tiny changes in new games rather than, because like if they did like that penultimate game, it's like, why buy anything else anymore?
And also because there's only 120 people working on the game, which is like why you're
Like,
a multi-billion-dollar company. Start
That's almost like
investing
you
in
just
games.
working on your like by yourself on a game, like
Yeah.
a game of that scale. You need like at least like you would think
Some
1,000
investors,
people or
some
something.
investors, who's like, here's millions and millions, like get some more people. You know what? I like playing. I like making it by myself.
Yeah.
I'd rather just. Who cares about what? God, that's upsetting. We had some other stuff, but we'll just end with this one because I think it's a little funny.
Yeah.
Announced yesterday in the Nintendo Direct, Overwatch on Switch.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, right.
That's like.
Is this 2017?
No, man.
2016?
It's. I can't believe. I can't believe.
My name is BlueWestlo. You can find me everywhere.
I can't believe
we're not
that's
that
even
far.
a thing.
Okay, sorry guys.
I can't
Jesus.
believe
I thought we were at
that's
the
their
end of it.
thing. Like it's coming to the Switch. That's gonna make me go.
How's that an announcement?
I gotta go play it. Like, come on. Like, there's.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe on the Switch would have been a big deal like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
When the hype hadn't died.
Not even then though. Like, I would have been like.
I think it would have been better.
It would have been better, I guess. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, for us, obviously, it's like we play on PC.
It's like meh.
But like even probably random Switch players who haven't played Overwatch,
yeah.
they're at the point where like they'd ask somebody, "Hey, should I get Overwatch?"
No.
And nowadays they'd be like, "No,
No.
no, don't."
Well, and then
Don't
like
buy
that's
it.
what we were talking about is like Overwatch. It's time for Overwatch now. Like it's
Something's gotta happen.
something. Like I'm not playing it anymore because every time it just goes from one meta to another, and it's just awful.
It goes from one worse one
Awful.
to a different worse one.
Yeah, and it's like, man, goats can't be any worse than it is now. And then double shield, like with
I think
Sim comes.
Overwatch is such a like interesting and great analysis on why you shouldn't develop a game strictly to be an esport, because then what happens to the rest of the people who aren't esport players?
True, very
Yeah,
true.
it's very hard.
I
to
think
play
that's-
a casual.
Yeah, oh, it's impossible.
I think that is I think this is like the best game to exemplify why bouncing from the top down is good, but making the entire game for a crowd of 12 people doesn't keep game alive.
For me, there's nothing more boring than quick play Overwatch. If I'm not,
Well, that's the problem with quick play Overwatch. Is like, oh, I want to do something silly. The other team goes 2 shield.
yeah,
There goes. I can't do anything. There goes my fun.
Like this is just dumb.
Yeah, it's just something's got to change. I don't even know what. But like,
I even Overwatch 2 or something being announced. Like,
I mean, I don't know if we talked about it. I don't think we have in these recent GTO Reezies, but it's like, what have they been doing for the past couple of years?
Yeah.
Like they bring reskinned events with nothing but new skins.
But that shouldn't be the pull to bring new players.
They
spend $30.
rework characters to be completely different characters than they were launched.
Yeah,
And
Which would have gone into time to make new characters.
right, and you get maybe 2 to 3 characters a year.
and that's not enough.
no.
At all. How many do you get in League a year?
Well, now you get like 4 to 5.
Okay, but
that's
let's say in
because
the
they
first
have
2 years of League.
they were
like,
cranking it every other week. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like people want Overwatch to start getting to like the banning phase and all that kind of stuff, and it's not even close to that because the pool sounds big. Like what is it? Probably 30 something, 38,
33 or 34,
30, whatever.
Yeah.
That how much is
It
League of
sounds
Legends champ? Like pool?
150 now. Or
Yeah.
something.
See, and then like and to get to that point, they would need another 30 characters.
But and they can only do so much. Like they just implemented certain characters that literally just negate so many other ones.
yeah.
And so it's hard to even design around that stuff. Like that's why they had to like nerf Brigitte, because they're like, this literally destroys every design.
And like their first hero, one of their first heroes is Sombra, who literally cancels what the character does.
Yeah.
And like which is one of the most frustrating things to play against is I'm playing the game. Oh no, I'm not playing because I just got hacked.
I think that's the thing that turns me off so much is because so much the design philosophy in Overwatch is stopping someone. Like, that's how you win in Overwatch, is how well can you stop the other person from playing the game.
Yeah.
And that's just boring as shit to me.
Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong at all about that.
I mean, that's why game design, you're supposed to, most people look at it as the way you're supposed to do it is like, is this fun for the person and the person they're doing it against?
Yeah.
Like, is it interactive for both people in not a negative way? Like hacking, I would say, like Sombra's hacking, like that is a bad design.
Yeah.
It's not even that fun for the person doing it. It's pretty passive. And then the other guy's just like, I can't do anything. Like you're Reinhardt, and now you're just...
You swing your hammer and you die.
Right. So it's not very interactive like that. So it's just not good design.
Yeah.
There are ways to do something where the person doing it can have fun or feel powerful, but also not have the other person just like rage quit every single time. You're like, this is this, like the old scatter arrow. That was terrible. Didn't even have to think about it. Throw it, ricochet, you one shot a tank.
Yeah.
Okay,
how is that?
but that was satisfying as hell. Like,
but
at
like,
least that was fun for one person.
but that's what I'm saying. It was fun for the Hanzo, but imagine you're like a Roadhog, full health, and you
Like,
what?
Gone.
Shot in your nuts, you're dead.
Yeah, you're like
450 right off the bat.
Me? So yeah, I think that
even if like they did introduce like 20 characters, dude, I can only imagine what because they made it for an esport. So I can only imagine how the esport community would take that. Like, because now you have 20 characters to learn and all that kind of stuff. And,
I just hate, it's like...
And then you're playing a whole different game now. You're playing a completely different game.
The competitive scene directly impacts and drives how the game plays. In League, it's different. And they try, a lot of the design philosophy is to try to not balance strictly around pro play. Sometimes they have to, or they do some things here and there. But like, the thing about League is I can play, and even though this is what the pros play, I can still play something else and still succeed. Yeah. Or like, I don't need that comp. But in this, it's like, you
have to play this.
Yeah. It's that.
If you want to win, you have to play this, whether you want to have fun or not.
And it's like, I don't even know how you fix the problems like shields. How are you going to get around that?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I don't get paid for that.
They literally have just put themselves into a corner at this point, and it's like, we announce a campaign. Like,
if that's all they got, I mean,
it's over.
Yeah, BlizzCon's going to be a big time for Overwatch.
Yeah.
Where's the Overwatch MMO? Then we'd start talking Titan.
Miss me
what
with
it was
that.
Supposed to be. Oh, what?
No.
FPS MMO like that? I'd be down. But anyway, that concludes this video game centric podcast. This one actually was.
Yeah, this was actually only video game.
Yeah, we didn't get off topic.
Yeah.
Only talked about
I had no 10s. That kind of sucks.
Fuegos?
No 10s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no 10s.
Modern Warfare was your closest?
Yeah, I guess a 9.
Modern Warfare, and then what was the other 9?
The 8 was Borderlands 3.
His 10 is Demon Slayer.
That is. Go watch Demon Slayer.
It's so dope.
I'm going to weigh myself real quick.
Oh, yeah. Rob's going to weigh himself.
Well, you guys can plug yourselves.
Keep update. Blue, where can people find you?
You guys can find me at BlueWestlo everywhere.
Literally everywhere.
Literally everywhere.
And what did you say, Rob?
So we've been working out for about a month because the first episode of GG Over Easy came from like a month ago. Like today.
So Rob's about a month deep in his journey.
Okay, just to say, I am wearing clothes.
Okay, but he brought this up. He wore clothes last time he weighed, so it doesn't change anything.
Okay, you can read that for the people.
167.2.
Almost about 10 pounds.
Is that about
10 pounds?
About 10 pounds.
I see it more so in my face, and I hope you guys say, "Wow, Rob, you look great in the face," because that would make me feel a lot better.
Your face looks great.
Twitch.tv/RabbyV, Instagram.com/RabbyV. Follow me.
YouTube.com/ well, just look up Mr. Fruit on YouTube.
Click that bell.
Twitter. Yeah, click the notification bell. If you're watching this on YouTube, we never actually addressed it. We don't have a 3-cam.
Oh yeah, sorry, no 3-cam. Appa ate a battery.
Yeah, it's a long story. We're working on it. We'll figure it out. But this episode was only 1-cam. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for listening. If you're an audio listener, be sure to give it a like or rating or whatever you do wherever you listen to it. And with
maybe we'll read it next week.
We'll maybe we'll read your comment. We'll see you next Sunday.
Farewell.
Love you.